Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be going over the best set of Scarlet and Violet era. And if you watched my top 50 singles of this era video, you will have known that Prismatic is surprisingly deep. And I kind of want to do just a market check-in, say, hey, these are the current prices for stuff. Look out for deals, look out for this, look out for that. And at the same time, I do want to urge people who don't have any Prismatic in their collection to buy some. And I know in previous videos I've said, don't buy a ton of Prismatic. It's going to get reprints. It's going to reprints. And I still do believe that. Like, in my heart of hearts, I think Pokemon realizes just how popular Prismatic is, and they're going to reprint it on a similar scale to 151. But it's clear that there's a very high floor for this product. And I've seen, waves of reprints come. I really thought the price was going to crash recently, but it hasn't. And with each day, with each month, I almost get less sure of the idea that Prismatic will crash. But I'm still kind of holding on or kind of believing that I do think eventually Pokemon is going to reprint Prismatic and there's not going to be the demand to meet it. But we will see. So in my eyes, Prismatic is kind of the Evolving Skies of SV era. And I'm not going to say that it's better than Evolving Skies or even necessarily in the exact same tier. I think it's around that. I think it's around Evolving Skies, but I don't think it's necessarily at that point. Obviously, you have every evolution. I think, we've kind of already gone over all of these. You don't need me to tell you that these are great cards. But even beyond that, I do want to tell you guys that it is a pretty deep set. You have a Shinji Kanda Roaring Moon. This is the Salamence, right? Version of the past Salamence. You have Ceruledge, a very, very popular Pokemon. I mean, I know the Surge from Surging Sparks, the illustration rare, is pretty, like $20, I think. It's pretty expensive for an illustration rare. And so I think Ceruledge going to be a very popular Pokemon going forward. Dragapult, another big Gen 8 Mon. And it looks very cool with this SIR. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Now this looks really cool. I really do like the art style they have going for this. I almost was surprised it's not in Twilight Masquerade, but they put this in Prismatic. But anyway, another cool card. Raging Bolt. This kind of like old Japanese style. Raging Bolt obviously is like the past version of Raikou. Pretty popular mon, all things considered. It's also the top hit. This Pokemon is the top hit in Temporal Forces. So like this would have been a top hit in Temporal Forces, but it's just another SIR in Prismatic. We have Goldango, pretty popular Pokemon from this generation. I like the background, it's pretty funny. Palafin, done by a very famous manga author, and it shows. It looks amazing. He's punching a ton. I think Palafin is going to be one of the more popular mons from Gen 9 as well. Great special illustration rare. Iron Valiant, this one looks cool. This is like a mix of Gardevoir and Gallade. I don't know if it's going to be super popular going forward, but again, the art looks nice. Same with the Iron Crown. Terapagos, arguably this Terapagos is just as good, if not better, than the Stellar Crown SIR, which, again, guys, Prismatic seems to have the chases of like many different other sets all in a single set. Let's keep going. Iron Hands, insane SIR. This looks so sick. The vibrant colors are really going crazy here. We got some Trainer SIRs. You can see Crispin, Janine's art, Kieran, Lacey. I like the pose that's going on here. I also like the little borders they have for these like DLC trainers. I think it looks cool. Kieran matches well with the Carbine. Gold Pikachu EX. I know Surging Sparks is a gold Pikachu, but here we'll just throw another one. We'll throw another one in Prismatic for because why not? And then obviously you also have Master Balls of every single card. So all the Evolution Master Balls are going to be up here at some point. You have every single Ogerpon mask. Again, these could be in Twilight Masquerade, but then they decided to throw them into Prismatic. And so like any Pokemon that has any kind of Monkey Dory's only up here because I think Adrena Brain is a pretty good ability in the TCG. But like any Pokemon that's even remotely popular, Suicune, Riolu, Groudon, their Master Balls are doing great, right? Houndoom, right? Fluttermane. And so it's kind of insane to see just how like deep the set is. And will these prices come down? Yeah, I think so. I think these prices are going to continue dropping, but I don't really think there's a debate on whether or not this is the best set of the era. I think it clearly is like one of the best, if not the best set the Scarlet and Violet era. And I think this is kind of the face of the Scarlet and Violet era to a certain extent, which is why I do believe that Pokemon will reprint it more than other sets. Like I feel like if they're gonna leave any sets behind, it's probably gonna be like Twilight, it's probably gonna be Stellar, probably gonna be Journey, you know. I think the ones they're probably gonna try and focus on are like Surging, Destined, and Prismatic in my eyes. 151 also they seem to be focusing on, but it is clear that they leave sets behind, guys. Like they're leaving Paldean Fates behind. You know, they're leaving all of the early Scarlet and Violet stuff sets behind because I mean those were available for MSRP for a while, so I kind of understand that, but I don't know. Anyway, let's start to move on to the actual products. So when you're judging what products are at a good price and what to pick up, I think you should kind of use the pack per price as a general kind of, metric on whether or not it's a good pickup. So right now it's $10 per pack, which is kind of insane for a brandly released new set. And I want to tell you guys that it's going to go down even more, but I truly have no idea. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I do think it's going to go down. And I do think Pokemon is going to continue to reprint it like they did with 151. So I could probably see a floor of like $6 to $7 per pack. But I have no idea if that's actually going to happen. So we'll see. In terms of stuff I probably wouldn't pick up, Miniton's display. I mean, you're getting 16 packs for $225. So again, guys, when we look at the price per pack, just not really worth it. Not really worth it to buy one of these Miniton displays at market price. If you can get it for MSRP, obviously, all of these are great pickups at MSRP. But we're just saying for market price, this is not going to be an amazing pickup. Same with the bundles. Now, I got a comment saying that the reason that these are actually like so expensive is that North America didn't really get them, and I couldn't believe that. I don't know if we got the full booster bundle display, and so that's why they're at such a premium. But again, price per pack is around 10. There's 6 per bundle, and there's 10 bundles, 60 packs. You're paying $400 extra. So yeah, you're paying way over market. So again, would not pick up the booster bundle display. Tech sticker collections. These are actually not horribly priced. I don't think these are the worst things to pick up at market. You are paying market price for the packs. Yeah, these are not horrible. And the promos aren't, I don't think they're going to be bad either. You have Leon, you have Sylveon, and you have Glaceon. Not the worst if you don't have a ton of money and you want to get some into Prismatic. Not the worst option right now. But again, we could see these. It looks like they're hitting an all-time low right now. We could see these potentially drop even more, but we'll have to see. Poster collection. I'm personally not a huge fan of the poster collections, but you do get all 3 of the like normal evolutions as promos. Not a bad pickup, I guess, at $30. Not the worst, but yeah, again, not really the best in my opinion. Accessory pouch. So you actually get 4 packs in here for around 40, it looks like. 44-ish. If we scroll down, let's see. I do like the Eevee pouch. It looks kind of funny. Okay, so it's around 47. It's around 50. So actually not the best price, or no, is that 5 packs? Oh, sorry. Okay, actually, that's not the worst. 5 packs for 47. You're around market price, maybe just a little bit under. Obviously, with shipping or tax, maybe it's going to be around just $10 a pack, but not the worst. These just kind of suck to store. So again, I wouldn't really recommend collection boxes or these kind of stuff. Binder collection. Again, really, really unruly to store. This one also is only 5 packs, but I feel like the binder is not as interesting. I know the 151 binder collections are doing numbers, but again, with these kind of like less coveted ancillary products, there's just less market and less liquidity for them. So if you're trying to sell them for like a really high premium, it's just going to be hard to find buyers. So again, I would kind of pass on this. Now, let's start to get into some of the stuff that I might recommend. Surprise boxes. Now, these are interesting. I actually think Pokemon is going to reprint these more and more. It does feel like we're getting a weird amount of restocks for these. Like, I feel like Pokemon Center has reprinted these a good amount. I was able to hit a surprise box drop twice now. So I actually have, I think I have two because I ended up opening one, and I got like a Leafeon promo. It was kind of mid, but I think it's cool that you get a stamp promo in it. Sometimes the stamp promo can be worth a good amount, but unfortunately the promos are just like the basic EX with a stamp on it. They're not very interesting at all. So I don't really anticipate these being super popular, but that kind of idea of getting a surprise promo with a stamp is intriguing to me. So this could be a sleeper hit. Um, if you can get this for a market, obviously no brainer pickup. Would I recommend it for 50 bucks? Well, I believe there's only 4 packs. Yeah, you only get 4 packs in here. So not the best price per pack, but um you're obviously paying a bit more for the stamped promo. So it is what it is. If you believe in the stamp promo, maybe pick this up. Super premium collection. Honestly, if you buy this now, I don't think you're gonna lose in the long run. If you just buy and hold at 200, you'll probably be fine. If I'm being completely honest, like if you wait 2 to 5 years, this will have appreciated very nicely, like we're seeing the 151 UPC do right now. But I do think we're gonna get more. I mean, we only had really one wave of this hit. Um, so far it seems like. I mean, we've been getting steady restocks, but I think we're gonna get another reprint, and it probably is gonna hit places like Costco, Sam's Club, more GameStop, etc. Um, I think they love printing these UPCs at least once or twice. So I think we'll probably get another wave of this. I think the price will probably go down a bit more, and then I would consider buying. I don't know if it's gonna go into MSRP if I'm being honest. Maybe like 150, I would say. If I see this reach 150, it's probably an insta buy. If I'm being honest, it's probably an insta buy for me. Um, Even now, I'm considering buying one at market, but we'll see if I can't hit a drop. That's the thing, guys. If you can hit a drop, that you're obviously gonna be like you're chilling, for the long term. But even if you can't, if you have a long term mindset, I don't think it's the worst idea to buy into at least one of these. It has an amazing promo. Like this Fruit KE, like let's be honest, it's an amazing promo. You get 11 packs. That's the most packs you can get. Or sorry, you get 15 packs. Wow, so that's a ton of packs. And yeah, I think these are going to be a home run in the future. So as long as you're holding for the long term, as we always say, I don't think these are a horrible pickup. Um, Bundles. Okay, actually, sorry, these I wouldn't buy either. I should have moved this earlier, but yeah, these I think are going to get significant reprints, even more than the SPC and the ETBs, because I think these are easier for Pokemon to reprint, as we're seeing 151 bundles are getting a lot of reprints. I'm surprised that this is almost the same price as a 151 bundle. I think 151 just recently caught up and overtook it at like 70 bucks. I think we're going to keep getting more and more reprints of this, so I wouldn't really be buying bundles yet. Now, let's talk about the ETBs. This is where things are getting interesting, because if I'm being completely honest, I don't know how much lower the price can go on these. I think we're going to get another wave because we just saw a new PC restock, right? So the PC ETBs just got restocked. I think that usually means that we'll get another wave of the actual ETBs following. So I could see this price going down even further, down to the 70s or 80s. But it seems like there is a really significant floor at like 90. Like look at the buy volume when it hit like 90. Just propelled it back up. And even at the beginning, it just instantly shot up. Anytime there's a massive dip, people just buy the dip. People believe in this product so much, and people want this product so much that any dip it gets, they start buying into it. It's really insane to see. You wouldn't normally see this in a normal market. This is not what your average market run for a product looks like. So it is really insane to see this happening. And I do want to say, guys, you need to buy this eventually. If I'm being real, like this is going to be probably the single greatest investment from the SE era. You do need to buy it eventually. Is it a good buy at 110? Probably not. I've been able to find some local places selling it for 90, selling it for 80. I don't think you're doing yourself a disservice by buying at least one then and just holding on and seeing if the price dips even lower and then buying again. Maybe it hits like 70, you buy another one. Maybe it's MSRP, then you buy another one. That would be the best case scenario. If it hits MSRP, honestly, I'd be buying more than just one. but it seems like there's a really, really steady, healthy demand for this product that is just not going to let it reach the low lows that we're hoping for. I don't think it's going to go below 70 or 60, if I'm being completely honest. Like, Pokemon would have to print this for the next 2 years, and they don't really tend to like printing ETBs from what I'm seeing. Um, so let's kind of compare this to the 151 ETBs, because I think those are a really good um, example. So as you can see, 151 ETBs were readily available for a while. They kind of sat at like the 65, 60 area for a bit. Then when they started to really climb up, I started getting into the hobby. I was seeing, okay, hold on, these are seeing momentum. 151 is like a Gen 1 set. I know even in the video games, because I mainly come from the video game background. I know that Gen 1ers are everywhere. Everyone loves the Gen 1 Pokemon. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a slam dunk for sure. So I bought in at around 80, and because they never really reprinted them, they have just been meteoric in rise. The bundles, on the other hand, did not seem that, it didn't see that same meteoric rise because they kept getting reprints. And so the supply kept hitting the market. And even though there was a ton of demand for it, it didn't matter because the supply was there to meet it and quell it a bit. Prismatic right now, it's going through that same phase that 151 is going through in this, initial area where it keeps trying to go up, but it's being hit with more and more reprints, right? And eventually these reprints are going to dry up. I think for the next year, I want to say we're probably still going to get more Prismatic ETBs, but next year, I think all bets are off. I think by next year we might just start getting bundles. We might start getting more collection boxes. We might start getting different kind of products for Prismatic that aren't the ETBs. And at that point, the ETBs will have nothing holding them back anymore. And so what I would do with Prismatic, specifically just the regular ETBs, is look around locally, see if you can find 85, $80 a pop, maybe buy one, maybe buy two max, and then just wait a bit. See, hey, did the Pokemon Center restock mean that there was going to be more ETBs on the market? And if that does, then hopefully the price drops. We'll see it drop maybe to like, maybe 90 again. Maybe it'll hit 80. And then if that happens, you can probably find it locally for like 70, right? Or you might even be able to just find it at your local GameStop or something. Maybe people won't be scalping it at that point. Feels weird to talk about a time where people aren't scalping Prismatic, but it just feels so ingrained to the product right now, right? Isn't that crazy? It's such a normal for us now. But yeah, I think Prismatic ETBs, they're going to be an amazing performing product. Like the promo in here is really cute. The EV promo is really, really great. So I don't see anything holding this back in general. The only thing holding it back right now is the supplies that's hitting the market. So yeah, I really do advocate for buying this box at some point. I think at these prices, it's definitely still inflated. I think we could see it. I don't know. I think Pokemon wants to get this down to at least like 60 on the open market. I could see them reprinting it more and more. And it's not like they haven't reprinted sets before into the ground. It's just unfortunately we've never seen demand like this that's like ravenous for a set. Because the chance of the God Pack and just the overall set value is genuinely insane. Like there is kind of something for everybody in the set. We just went over in the beginning, but it's kind of unprecedented to have such a huge set with so much variety in it, with so many different pulls. So yeah, this is going to be a great investment long term, and I think if you buy it 100, you're not going to kick yourself. If in 3 to 5 years, you're really not going to kick yourself that much. You'll probably be fine with what you have, but I don't think your money is going to double necessarily if you buy it now, right? In the next 6 months, it's not going to do anything crazy. If you want your money to really work for you, I'd be buying Crown Zenith right now. But if you're just looking to get a position into Prismatic, now might not be a bad time. I think we're going to get another wave, hopefully. Then might not be a bad time. But yeah, remember to buy the dip. And once we get below 100, yeah, I think that's fair game. I think that is a fair game for sure. Just looking at what 151 ETBs have done, I think it's a fair assumption to make that Prismatic will have better, if not, the same kind of growth. And obviously, with the PC ETBs, these are only going down every day. God damn, am I excited about that. I just picked up another one locally for $200. Um, really, really excited about that. I was not able to hit either drop from Pokemon Center. So I'm trying to build up my collection of PC ETBs for Prismatic because I think these will end up being the single best investment of the entire Scarlet Violet era. Prismatic obviously going to be the best set of the era. Pokemon Center ETBs, the best product of any era. And so I think those are just a match made in heaven. I think if anything, if you're thinking about buying a Prismatic ETB for 100, dude, just splurge on the PC ETB for 200 at that point. Um, and here's the other thing that's interesting, right? They still have this little message saying that more inventory of this product will become available later this year. Please subscribe to our newsletter to receive updates. It's interesting, right? Does this mean that we're actually going to be getting more PC ETBs hit the market? I'm not going to generally tell you guys to hold off buying this all-time low of PC ETBs because I do genuinely think this is going to be an insanely good investment in the long term. But you could. There definitely is an argument to be made that they're actually going to be making another wave of these, and that could be decreasing the price more. If this hits like 150 a box, holy, I'm going all in. I'm going all in, boys. That's all I'm going to say. I think these are going to be an amazing pickup for the long term. And if you're going to buy anything from Prismatic, this is the thing I would recommend the absolute most. You could have a little bit of time to wait if you think that this message means that we're going to get more. Now, to be fair, they had this message up before, and we did get a restock recently, and they never really removed it. So again, guys, I do think Pokemon realizes that Prismatic is like the premier product and the face of the SV era. So I think they want to get as much of this out as they possibly can because they know it sells like hotcakes. I think they realize that there's an infinite money glitch with this, and they're going to try and print as much as they possibly can here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the regular ETBs and the PC ETBs do. But this is just a reminder that, remember guys, we should buy into this at some point. And if you're thinking long term, it's not necessarily a horrible buy right now. Yes, Crown Zenith will probably do better for your money in the short term, right? The next like 6 months to a year. And right now I am actually buying way more Crown Zenith than I'm buying Prismatic. I'm buying way more Sword and Shield right now than I'm buying Scarlet and Violet right now, because I think those are actually going to perform faster than Scarlet and Violet will right now. But at the same time, I'm not overlooking Prismatic. Every now and then, I'm trying to find opportunities to buy Pokemon Center ETBs and regular ETBs for 10 to 20% below market and see if I can get my position up even more, because I do think ultimately this is going to be a pretty good set going into the future. And I know my other things I've said, don't FOMO, don't buy into this. I'm not trying to create FOMO here. I'm just trying to be realistic. Like, yes, I do think we're going to be getting a ton of reprints, but we are now like 9 months into the hype really setting off. Like, I think Pocket released around this area, and that's when I would say the hype really went up. And if you want to say, oh, it started in the beginning of this year, in around January, sure, okay. So we go from January. We are now 7 months into this quote unquote bubble, into this hype period, and it's not letting up. In fact, it seems like it's only getting stronger. A lot of my local card shops, like I'm trying to get product from my local card shops by pre-ordering, and normally I was able to pre-order products and get like a good amount. Like I was able to get 1 or 2 booster boxes on pre-order, and they would have that window open for a long time. I called for Black Bolt and White Flare. They were sold out in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm being dead ass. In the first 10 minutes, they were sold out. So demand is at an all-time high. I don't know if it's slowing down. I don't know what to do, right? Like, this is kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens. Personally, I think we're going to keep getting more reprints of this into the next year. I don't know if ETBs are going to get the same reprints, though. So bundles, guys, again, bundles completely hold off on right now. Do not buy the bundles, in my opinion. Don't buy the tins. But ETBs and PC ETBs are things you might want to start considering. Because I think by next year, I don't know if we're going to get any more reprints of those. I think for this next year, I think we're definitely going to get, like, for the next 6 months, I would say, and especially going to the holiday season, I think we could see a ton more stock reach the market, and this price could go down. But there's always going to be more demand to meet that. Holiday season, obviously, there's always more demand. People max out their credit cards. buying stuff they don't need, right? So we'll see what happens. That's gonna be it. I'll see you guys later.